Afternoon, folks. This time around, I'm taking you through networks, including the internet. A lot of concepts we're going to look into, which involve the different types of networking devices we have, what data transfers, is it parallel, serial, you name it. Sometimes we might be interested in the network setup. Is it physical devices or is cloud computing? So all those things are going to be discussed in detail. So let's have a look at what we'd find under networks, including the internet. Um, all right. So this is, let's see, networks, including the internet. Things to note here, we're going to be interested in, benefits or purpose of networking devices. So we might be interested in looking at purpose or benefits of networking devices. Can also look into different types of network setups such as LANs and WANs. Might be interested in looking at the differences or some characteristics within those two. We also have look at drawbacks or benefits of cloud computing. It's quite a number. After that, we might be interested in looking at client server versus peer-to-peer networks. Then we look at justification of a choice to be made. Uh, we also look into network topologies. Is it ring, bus, star, you name it. Then we get into network hardware. Is it wired or wireless? What are the benefits of each? We also want to identify the hardware that is needed to configure a LAN and also look into the functions of a router or router. What do we need a router for in a network setup? Then also data transmission. When we are using Ethernet cabling, what's CSMA? CSMA within the inner Ethernet network setup does carrier sense multiple access with collision detection. Now, also want to distinguish between the internet and the World Wide Web. What are the hardware needed to communicate online? What's IP address? And when we say it's public or private, what are we looking at? What's URL, rows of DNS, types of networks? We spoke about LAN 1. Now, this time around, we want to try and just discuss a bit about the differences. You know, when we talk of LAN, it's an abbreviation that stands for local area network. This covers a small geographical area and is normally owned by a service or a service provider or a company. And because the network setup is cabled, there's going to be high data transfer speeds. Then when we talk of a wide area network, this is network which covers a bigger geographical space. Sometimes a continent itself, it can be regarded as a wide area network. The infrastructure itself is not owned by a personal company. Sometimes it's owned by the telephone service providers. Now, some of the characteristics or things to look at, it has a higher cost and also the data transfer rate is normally slow. Then we have network setups that we sometimes refer to as client server or peer-to-peer. Client server, we have a central server that controls access or resources within a network system. So it's secure, scalable, and easier to manage because we have got a common point of control. Then this one, it requires a dedicated hardware. In other words, there has to be a direct connection between a network node and sometimes a router or switch. Then when we say peer-to-peer, here we are saying all the devices, they share resources directly. There is no central point of failure, and it's less secure and hard to manage because it looks like there's connectivity between each node within the network. Then cloud computing, here we are looking at hardware which is virtual or is owned by a third-party organization. So you, the client, you just more like rent, or yeah, you have to make some subscriptions for you to get perhaps hardware space or memory that you can use virtually. So normally here you have software as a service as part of the applications. So we have cloud servers. Now it has some advantages and disadvantages. Advantages is you can access it anywhere as long as there is internet connection, it's scalable and cost effective. But its drawback, like we said, we need internet and privacy concerns because you're not the one who has control over the data that you upload. So with network topologies, we have four of them: bus, star, ring, and mesh. Then within network connectivity, sometimes we talk of wired and wireless. Network hardware components, their routers, switch, modem, network interface card, you name it. So this time around, we want to see if we can attempt some problems related to network and internet connection. So we'll meet in the next series where we'll be actually solving problems and coming up with solutions. Thank you.